just the way radio works. So don't
there
miss tomorrow's show. I really want to get to that school board memo.
What is happening, mediocre people of YouTube? How are ya? So today is the day after that tragedy at Oxford High School, and I made that video the other day. Got a little emotional about it because it pisses me off, but I'm not here to talk to you about that today. Today I'm rolling, I'm on my way somewhere, and just got done visiting my brother, and he's cool and we're good. But before I was visiting him, I was thinking about the illness, that people can get. And how much misinformation is out there. And not just misinformation, but this is the kind of, the information that's coming in is just designed to scare people half to death. And it's no surprise to me. There we go. Gotta get my other tripod. But, it shouldn't be any surprise to anyone that people are scared to death of everything, including each other, regarding, what we've been going through the last 2 years. Now, I had contracted the illness back in February 2020, before it, blew up in the media and all that. And I was so sick at that time, and I may have made a video the day before I got sick, because I remember, I was getting sick, and I knew I was getting sick, and I remember saying to somebody, I got to do today, because tomorrow I'm going to be down. And I remember my chest being real tight. And then the other thing my sister pointed out was that she remembers me saying I couldn't smell or taste anything. So anyhow, I was so sick that it had me actually questioning. Like, I was thinking to myself, maybe I've just never had the flu, because this has got to be the flu, and because I didn't know anything about, the virus. And I remember, like I said, my chest was real tight. Everything in my nose and my sinuses was all like super glue. And so the next morning, I expected everything to be breaking up in my chest and everything, and it never did. And that was really weird. It was like, usually you get sick like that, and shit starts breaking up. You're spitting shit out. This is Michigan roads for you, by the way. Got to hold the tripod. It's not like when we're on the freeway and I'm doing a video where it's relatively smooth. I'm on the regular roads and there's just fucking potholes everywhere. So anyway, so I remember, being really sick. My fingertips turned blue. That was another thing that happened that blew me away. I was like, what the fuck? So that was for sure the sickest I've ever been in my life. And I got through it with double doses of NyQuil. I would take two doses. Usually when I get sick, NyQuil is my go-to. And so I was taking double doses of NyQuil, go back to sleep. Double dose of NyQuil, go back to sleep. That's how I dealt with it. And that went on for, let's see, I think I started to get sick on a Tuesday, and it really kicked in on a Wednesday. And then at some point early on Sunday morning, the fever broke. And I was like, oh, and I must have had a pretty high fever. I don't think I ever checked it, but I'm like, oh, fuck, thank God the fever broke. Monday, I could just go back to my regularly scheduled life. And I remember waking up Monday and it was like, no way. And I was dragging. And if I'm being completely honest about it, I was dragging for a total of 3 weeks. Because I was sick for like basically a week, and then the next week I was recovering from it, and I was just had no energy, didn't want to do anything, and then even going into that third week. So and then since then, I still have some odd symptoms that pop up from time to time. Like, for instance, and I think I've said this in a previous video, for instance, today, everything in my nose seems like it's glue. You know, it's real. And these things have been going on ever since then. And I tell people something changed with my lungs. And I can't really, it was really subtle, but something changed. Can't really put my finger on it. It's not like I'm having breathing problems. It's just that I feel like something changed. Like I say, this was February 2020. And not every day, you know, it's just some days I wake up and I still have, and it feels like it goes back to that time I was sick. And that being said, when the vaccine became available, I think a lot of people were skeptic of it, you know, and waited a while. And my plan was to wait a while. And then I have many family and friends that work in, you know, in hospitals and different capacities. A lot of people that work in hospitals and friends of mine. And so I was kind of feeling it out, like, you know, should I get this vaccine or not? And I've had several people who work in hospitals who told me, yeah, you know, there's been cases where people who already had COVID got the vaccine and got incredibly sick to the point where they actually had to be hospitalized. So that, you know, scares me. Also, that being said, there's also people who had COVID and have residual symptoms the way I do that got the vaccine and it made that go away. So that puts me in between a rock and a hard place. So I have legitimate concerns, and I asked my doctor, and I've asked a lot of different people in the medical field, and nobody can answer me. Nobody can give me a solid answer as to, you know, when I say, what do you think I should do? Should I get vaccinated? Or, well, you know, it's up to you. And then at the same time on television every single day, especially since the new administration, every single day, you know, they're just pounding it into people. Say, oh, you have to get the vaccine. And there's people in my family who keep encouraging me to get the vaccine, even though I have explained to them, you know, my concerns with getting it. You know, they watch mainstream media, so it's just pounded in their head. Oh, you should just get it anyway. Well, wait a minute, you know. And because so many people watch mainstream media constantly, there's not a lot of people to talk to about my situation. So here I am talking to a camera, talking to you guys basically on YouTube. And I kind of wouldn't mind hearing your take on, you know, what you think I should do. If you were in my shoes, what would you do? Would you get the vaccine or not get the vaccine? I have not gotten the vaccine. I'm not against it. I've insisted my children get it, and I've insisted my family members get it. The pharmacy I deal with, they are just awesome people. Again, I try to keep my money with small businesses and so forth. And I go to a pharmacy that is a small business pharmacy, and they are by far, you are treated like family, not like you're just a number like when you go to the big pharmacies. I've talked to my pharmacist about it, and they're like, yeah, you know, they can't deny that, yeah, there has been cases like that, but, you know, odds are, they tell me, odds are, you know, you'll be okay, but knowing my fucking luck, I'll be the one that fucking ends up getting super sick from, you know, getting the vaccine. Some dumb shit'll fucking happen to me. It's my kind of luck, you know. So, like I said, and maybe, you know, maybe you guys that are watching this, maybe you guys watch mainstream media. Maybe that's where you get your information from. And I find that most people who get their information from mainstream media, they're just, oh yeah, you should just get it, just get it, just get it, just get it. That's all they know, because that's all they're fucking told. They're programmed every day. They watch that television, and it programs them to do what we tell you to do. Now, I don't do that. I do my own research, and, you know, at the end of the day, I really don't like that fucking statement, but at the end of the day, we are talking about a virus which has a 98% recovery rate. Meaning if you get it, there's 98% chance you're going to recover from it just fine. Okay? That's where we're at, guys. And that's before the vaccine. But see, what's confusing people is it's like, well, you know, some people, there's been people that would tell me, well, you would feel terrible if you got it and brought it around me and I got it. Well, wait a minute, you're vaccinated, so you wouldn't get it. Oh, well, there's still a chance you could get it even though you're vaccinated. Well, then fucking why bother getting vaccinated if there's still a chance I can get it? I mean, this is what they're telling people. This was Thanksgiving. I caught a news broadcast, Local 7, and they were talking about, the first story was, oh my God, the numbers are off the charts. The numbers are just growing unbelievably and uncontrollably every day. And holy shit. And then literally the very next story they talked about was, isn't it great? Look at the airport's busy. Isn't it great that we can all get together for Thanksgiving again? And I'm like, well, so when you watch news broadcasts like that, and that's where you get your information from, to me, it's like, well, there's no fucking wonder that you don't know what to think, you know? It's so irresponsible of the media to make these broadcasts, and especially for older people, you know, who maybe, you know, they're okay in their mind, but maybe they're elderly, and they watch these broadcasts, and the stress it brings to, I've watched this happen to elderly people in my family. They are so stressed out after watching a news broadcast that they don't know what to think. They're freaking out. And it's like, you guys gotta stop watching that shit, man. You've gotta fucking stop. And if you do watch it, you know, understand that you're watching entertainment. You're not watching a news broadcast. You're watching an entertainment broadcast. Because once they figured out how to keep you watching, that's what it's been ever since. You're not getting the news. You're getting their version of the news. So as it relates to, you know, this whole pandemic, you know, you're getting their version of what's going on with the pandemic. You're not actually getting the correct information. Now, maybe they're not lying to you, but they are dictating it to you in a way that will keep you watching. Okay? What are they? Murder cells, man. Death cells. Oh my God. Look at how many deaths today. Look at how many cases today. And they just pound this down people's throats. And then you have people like myself who are really conflicted and don't know what to do regarding whether or not to get vaccinated. And I can't have a conversation about it with most people because they're, you should just get it. Just get it. Just get it. Now, when I talk to my friends in the medical field, they don't say things like, just get it, just get it. They're like, yeah, you know, there's been cases in my hospital where this has happened. And like I said, on the contrary, there's also been cases where people who have residual symptoms like myself, that have those symptoms have been corrected after getting the vaccine. You know, it's very frustrating, you know, because I have a legitimate concern. There's a big part of me, I would like to get vaccinated. On the other hand, I'm scared half to death. And you don't have a whole lot of people to talk to about it. So I figured I would go ahead and make a video and put it out there to you guys. And, you know, I don't care what you think. I do care what you think. I mean, if you're going to leave a comment where it's just like, oh, you should just get it, then I don't really need to hear that because I can hear that from anybody. But, you know, someone, you know, with some knowledge, like Nihilus, he comes in here, and Nihilus Lives Matter, he's always got some pretty good knowledge on stuff. I like his comments. You know, so maybe you have some experience in this, or maybe you have a family member who is going through the same thing as myself, conflicted on getting it. You know, maybe they did it and what happened, or maybe they didn't do it and they're still sitting on the fence about it like myself. Because like right now, man, if you're not vaccinated, dude, it's like fucking witch burning time. You know what I mean? That's how people make you feel. That's why I usually don't say anything about it. I usually don't even fucking open my mouth about it, because it's like there's a fucking witch burning coming. Oh, you're not vaccinated. Oh man, it's like fucking Joe Biden, man. Like, you should just fucking wipe me off the planet. You know, and that's another conversation. I mean, he hasn't even been in office for a year yet. But god damn, it seems like he's been here a long time. I mean, the fucking destruction that he has left in his path in less than a year, it feels like he's already been in office for fucking 4 years. So anyway, crazy times. Hopefully you guys will have something interesting to say about this. I'm just gonna shout out to my buddy, the guy that gave me the guitar. He's been going through some shit. Just want to give a shout out to him. Good dude. And I'll give you a call back soon, buddy, and hang in there. And until next time, peace out.